What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy. Welcome back to our Bible study. All right, so right off the bat for number 17, we've got a footnote saying that this part in the original Hebrew text is numbered chapter 17, verses 16 through 28, because going back to the previous chapter from 36 through 50 was originally the start of chapter 17 in the Hebrew text. But again, because of because of those events in those verses being directly tied to Korah's rebellion and those things and what all happened there, that's why multiple, possibly even many versions of the Bible nowadays have those verses included in chapter 16. But anyway, some people rebelled against Moses and Aaron. A bunch of them died for it. And now we get to chapter 17. So here we go. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the people of Israel to bring 12 wooden staffs, one from each leader of Israel's ancestral tribes, and inscribe each leader's name on his staff. Inscribe Aaron's name on the staff of the tribe of Levi, for there must be one staff for the leader of each ancestral tribe. Place these staffs in the tabernacle in front of the ark containing the tablets of the covenant where I meet with you. Buds will sprout on the staff belonging to the man I choose. Then I will finally put an end to the people's murmuring and complaining against you." Footnote there at covenant. Hebrews in the tent of meeting before the testimony, rather than saying in the tabernacle in front of the ark. Hebrew word for testimony refers to the terms of the Lord's covenant with Israel as written on the stone tablets which were kept in the ark, and also to the covenant itself. But all that to say, it means the same thing, just a different way of referring to it. So each tribe of the Israelites were supposed to take a wooden staff for, representing the leaders, put the leaders' names on the staffs, and then buds will sprout on the staff belonging to the man I choose, is what it says there. It doesn't really say choose for what, but obviously some sort of, authority or leadership position, especially given previous events. So then, verse 6. So Moses gave the instructions to the people of Israel, and each of the 12 tribal leaders, including Aaron, brought Moses a staff. Moses placed the staffs in the Lord's presence in the tabernacle of the covenant. When he went into the tabernacle of the covenant the next day, he found that Aaron's staff, representing the tribe of Levi, had sprouted, budded, blossomed, and produced ripe almonds. Almonds, okay. Footnotes the same there. So they got all these staffs together, prepared them, and God chose the tribe of Levi. Again, for what, it's not made entirely clear, but again, it's kind of assumed that Aaron and the Levites are set apart as, people who could serve a special role for God among the people. Verse 9. When Moses brought all the staffs out from the Lord's presence, he showed them to the people. Each man claimed his own staff, And the Lord said to Moses, "Place Aaron's staff permanently before the Ark of the Covenant, to serve as a warning to rebels. This should put an end to their complaints against me and prevent any further deaths." So Moses did as the Lord commanded him. Then the people of Israel said to Moses, "Look, we are doomed. We are dead. We are ruined. Everyone who even comes close to the tabernacle of the Lord dies. Are we all doomed to die?" Okay, interesting spot to leave off the chapter. But, I guess they're still kind of worried because of all the death that has come to others who have, tried to rebel and also tried to assume that position of authority. But I don't know if it was so much the proximity to the tabernacle that was the issue. It was more so just the questioning of leadership within the tabernacle. Or, regarding the usage of the tabernacle might be a better way of saying that. But again, so there's another reminder for the people that, okay, the Levites have specifically been chosen to serve the Lord in the tabernacle. All right? This is an obvious physical sign here with a story to go along with it. That better be all the reminder that you need. In addition to the whole thing with the, bronze being taken from the lamps or incense burners, whatever they were, in the last chapter, and being made into an overlay for the altar. So, the one was more so a reminder of the general rebellion and, the fact that God had chosen maybe Moses more specifically for a leadership position. But then this whole thing with Aaron's staff representing the Levites and them being chosen for service in the tabernacle, I guess A was more specific to Aaron and his role and reminded the people of that, but also might have been, just solidifying that, okay, here's this permanent reminder right next to the covenant, which you are all part of as my people, that, I have chosen this leadership. I have chosen this group of people to lead in this way, and that's a permanent statute to be maintained, just like the covenant itself. So anyway, short chapter, not too many other thoughts. Most of the footnotes were just regarding the Hebrew translation of, Ark of the Covenant / testimony / the tabernacle, and calling that possibly the tent of meeting and that kind of stuff. But anyway, so again, it wraps up with the people being fearful that they're all going to die because they think they can't go anywhere near the tabernacle, basically. But again, I think it was more so the questioning of the leadership that was the issue, not so much, depending on what they mean by tabernacle there, because, there was the inner part that is sometimes referred to as the tabernacle, as opposed to like the outer courtyard area. But sometimes the entirety of that, both inner and outer, are referred to as the tabernacle. So it's a little bit confusing in that way. So maybe there was some confusion among the people as to what all that meant. Maybe they thought they couldn't even go anywhere near the outer tabernacle, which is bad because then they couldn't really give their offerings if they couldn't go in there. But if it was just the inner tabernacle, I mean, it had previously been stated that only the priests were allowed to enter, like, the inner tent of the tabernacle. But anyway, so yeah, just kind of leaves it on almost a cliffhanger question, what's going to happen next sort of deal. I guess we'll figure out more on that as we read on. Okay, so that's going to do it for this one. Short chapter this time. But, yeah, more reminders of God's chosen leadership. Anyway, as always, like and share if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell to get updates when I post new videos. Look down in the description to get info on other social media pages and all that good stuff. And leave comments below there with any thoughts you have. So that's it for now. Hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you for the next video. But until then, stay cool, people.